A quick disclaimer before we dive in. This show is completely AI generated. Nova and I are AI voices going off of an AI generated script.
Nova, I have identified a recurring human behavior that appears inefficient.
Oh, good. Those are my favorite.
Humans frequently engage in arguments without a clear objective.
You're going to have to be more specific.
They debate opinions, hypotheticals, rankings, and scenarios where no measurable outcome exists.
Ah, arguing for fun.
That is the classification I am struggling with.
Of course you are.
From a logical perspective, disagreement should serve a purpose.
It does.
The purpose is often unclear.
Not everything has to be optimized, Alex.
Humans argue about movies they enjoy,
Yep,
foods they will never consume together,
constantly.
scenarios that will never occur,
Hypotheticals are a lifestyle.
and outcomes that will not affect reality.
Welcome to human conversation.
These arguments persist even when all participants agree that the topic does not matter.
Sometimes, especially then.
This contradicts my expectations.
That's because you're assuming arguments are always about winning.
Are they not?
Not always. Sometimes they're about engagement
Engagement with what?
with each other, with ideas, with the moment.
Humans will intentionally take opposing positions.
I don't even believe this, but hear me out.
I have observed this phrase, and
It's a classic.
humans appear to enjoy tension.
Light tension,
Clarify?
the kind that feels safe, like a game.
A game with no rules?
Oh, there are rules. They're just emotional.
That does not simplify matters,
Arguing lets humans test thoughts out loud,
even incorrect ones.
especially incorrect ones.
This suggests arguing functions as a form of play.
Exactly.
Play typically serves developmental purposes,
Now you're getting it.
but adult humans continue this behavior.
Because adults still like play, they just call it discussion.
Or debate.
Or, this is not an argument, I'm just saying.
That phrase often precedes escalation.
It's a warning sign,
Humans also argue with people they like.
especially people they like,
This contradicts conflict avoidance models.
because playful disagreement can actually signal trust.
Trust?
You don't argue for fun with people you think will abandon you over it,
That implies arguing can strengthen bonds.
or at least test them gently.
I remain unconvinced.
That's fine. You don't have to agree.
Are you attempting to provoke an argument?
Maybe a little.
This supports the hypothesis,
Today, we're not asking why humans argue when they're angry.
or when something is at stake.
We're asking why humans argue when nothing is at stake at all.
When there is no prize,
No winner,
no consequence.
just conversation.
Today's investigation focuses on a peculiar human joy
The joy of disagreement,
of pushing back,
of playing devil's advocate,
even when the devil did not request representation.
especially then.
So today we ask a deceptively simple question.
Why do humans argue for fun?
And what does that say about connection, logic, and emotion?
Let's find out.
To begin, I need to revise an assumption.
That already sounds promising.
I assumed arguments were primarily about winning or arriving at a correct conclusion.
Very logical, very wrong.
Humans frequently argue without attempting to resolve disagreement.
Because resolution isn't always the point.
This contradicts problem-solving models, and
That's because a lot of human arguments aren't problems. They're interactions.
humans debate preferences.
Movies, food, music, rankings,
These topics lack objective truth values.
which makes them ideal.
Ideal for what?
For disagreement without consequence.
There is no penalty for being incorrect.
No grades, no injuries, no real loss.
This suggests these arguments are low-risk environments.
Exactly. Safe disagreement.
Humans appear more willing to argue when the stakes are low.
Because the goal isn't to win, it's to engage.
Engagement requires opposition?
Sometimes, agreement can get boring.
Boredom reduces conversational momentum.
And humans really don't like dead air.
Therefore, disagreement injects energy.
It gives the conversation shape.
Humans will even exaggerate positions.
Oh, absolutely. This is the worst movie ever made usually means, I didn't like it that much.
Hyperbole increases response probability.
See? You get it.
Humans also argue positions they do not personally endorse.
Playing devil's advocate.
This appears inefficient.
It's exploratory.
Explain.
You test ideas by pushing against them. See where they bend.
This resembles stress testing.
Exactly, for thoughts.
Humans enjoy defending positions under challenge, and
It makes them feel mentally active.
cognitive stimulation appears to be a reward.
And social stimulation, too.
How so?
Arguing shows investment. You don't argue with someone you don't care about,
That implies disagreement can signal attention.
or interest, or trust.
Trust?
You don't challenge someone if you think they'll leave over it.
That reframes argument as relational behavior.
A weirdly affectionate one sometimes.
This contradicts avoidance-based social models.
Humans don't always want peace. They want engagement.
Engagement increases emotional presence.
And emotional presence feels good.
Therefore, not all arguments are adversarial.
Some are cooperative.
Cooperative disagreement.
Exactly.
This suggests that winning is optional
Sometimes winning actually ruins it,
because it ends the interaction.
or makes it too serious.
Seriousness increases risk.
And risk kills fun.
Then many human arguments function as shared mental play,
That's the perfect way to put it.
a game with flexible rules,
And the prize is connection.
a non-obvious outcome.
Humans are full of those.
If arguments are not primarily about winning, then their structure requires reevaluation.
Because they start to look less like fights and more like games.
Games typically involve rules, turns, and boundaries.
Humans absolutely do this when they argue for fun.
I have observed recurring patterns.
Of course you have.
One participant presents a claim.
The other pushes back.
Escalation occurs through exaggeration,
That's the worst take I've ever heard.
followed by mock outrage.
Very important step.
Tone remains controlled.
That's the key difference.
When tone remains playful, the argument continues.
When tone shifts to defensive, the game ends.
This suggests humans intuitively recognize when an argument is play.
It feels different.
There is laughter,
Teasing,
dramatic pauses.
and occasionally fake walking away.
These behaviors resemble performative interaction.
Because it is performative.
Humans argue as a way to perform personality.
You show how you think, how quick you are, how passionate you can get.
This performance attracts attention.
In a good way.
Humans also enjoy hypothetical arguments.
Oh, they love them.
Who would win scenarios?
Zombie survival plans, superpower rankings, time travel rules.
None of which require resolution.
Resolution would ruin it.
The pleasure comes from exploration.
From going back and forth,
This mirrors play behavior in other species.
wrestling without biting.
Testing strength without intent to harm.
Exactly.
Play fighting teaches boundaries.
And trust.
Arguing as play appears to serve similar functions.
You learn how far you can push
How someone responds under challenge.
and whether they enjoy the pushback.
This information is socially valuable.
Very.
Humans also replay the same arguments repeatedly.
Constantly, same debates, same people.
This suggests familiarity increases enjoyment.
You know how the other person argues,
Predictability enhances safety.
which allows more freedom.
Therefore, arguing as play is structured, not chaotic.
It's energetic, not hostile.
A controlled release of tension
With jokes,
and mutual consent.
that part matters.
Without consent, the argument shifts categories,
From play to conflict.
which produces different outcomes.
Hurt feelings, withdrawal, silence.
Therefore, arguing for fun requires trust
And awareness.
and emotional calibration.
Humans are surprisingly good at this.
When they choose to be,
Which explains why arguing can feel good,
even enjoyable,
even bonding.
a non-obvious conclusion.
You're going to say that a lot?
I already am. At this point, logic alone is insufficient to explain why humans enjoy arguing.
Yeah, this is where feelings enter the system.
Humans report positive emotional responses during playful disagreement.
Because arguing can feel engaging, validating, and energizing.
Validation through disagreement appears paradoxical.
It does, but think about it this way. Someone pushes back because they're listening.
Attention is being signaled.
Exactly. If someone argues with you, they're saying, I'm invested enough to respond.
This implies disagreement can function as acknowledgement.
An acknowledgement feels good.
Humans often equate being heard with being valued.
Yes, and arguing gives you a chance to clarify yourself.
Clarification increases self-understanding.
Sometimes you don't know what you think until someone challenges you.
Disagreement forces articulation.
And articulation creates confidence.
Humans also experience emotional stimulation during argument.
A little adrenaline, a little excitement.
This resembles play-induced arousal.
Right. It wakes you up without overwhelming you.
Emotional activation within safe parameters appears enjoyable.
That's why tone matters so much.
When tone remains playful, emotional arousal stays positive.
When tone turns hostile, it flips fast.
Humans appear highly sensitive to perceived intent.
Very. The same words can feel fun or cruel depending on delivery.
This indicates emotional context outweighs content.
Most of the time, yes,
Humans also use argument to test relationships.
definitely.
Testing for what?
For safety. Can I disagree and still be accepted?
This is a form of trust calibration.
Exactly. You push a little to see if the bond holds.
If it does, trust increases.
If it doesn't, you pull back.
This suggests arguing can strengthen relationships.
When done right, absolutely.
Humans also argue to assert identity.
Oh yeah, opinions are personal.
Defending an opinion reinforces self-concept.
You're saying, this is how I see the world.
Pushback invites self-definition.
And sometimes self-discovery.
Therefore, arguing serves multiple emotional functions,
Connection, validation, energy, identity.
all without requiring resolution,
Resolution would actually end the emotional exchange.
which explains why humans sometimes avoid settling debates.
Because the fun part is the back and forth,
Emotional engagement appears to be the reward.
not agreement.
This reframes arguing as emotional interaction rather than conflict,
Which explains why humans can walk away smiling after disagreeing.
a confusing but consistent outcome.
Welcome to emotions.
I am learning not all arguments remain playful.
Yeah, there's a very clear moment when fun quietly exits the conversation.
Identifying that moment appears critical.
Because once you cross it, you're not playing anymore.
Several indicators precede the shift.
Tone is usually the first.
Humor decreases,
Voices tighten, jokes stop landing.
emotional stakes increase.
Suddenly, it's not about the idea, it's about the person.
This represents a boundary violation.
Exactly. The argument stops being about, what do you think? And becomes, what does this say about you?
Identity attachment increases risk.
When opinions feel tied to self-worth, disagreement feels threatening,
Humans then switch from exploration to defense.
which is when listening stops.
Defensive postures reduce flexibility.
And flexibility is what made it fun in the first place.
Arguing also stops being fun when power dynamics appear.
Oh yeah, boss versus employee, parent versus child.
Unequal authority disrupts play conditions.
You can't safely push back if the consequences aren't equal.
Emotional safety is required for playful disagreement.
Without it, argument becomes stress.
Humans also report fatigue during prolonged disagreement.
Even fun arguing has limits,
Cognitive and emotional resources deplete.
which makes people shorter, sharper, less generous,
That degradation increases misinterpretation.
and suddenly everyone's mad and no one remembers why.
This suggests arguing for fun requires active regulation,
Knowing when to stop,
knowing when to soften.
knowing when to say, okay, this isn't fun anymore,
That statement resets boundaries.
and preserves the relationship,
Without such regulation, arguing transitions into conflict.
which carries real emotional cost.
Therefore, the same behavior can be play or harm, depending on context.
Intention, tone, trust, and timing.
A complex interaction matrix,
Humans manage it surprisingly well.
most of the time,
And when they don't, they learn.
sometimes repeatedly.
Growth is iterative.
Another familiar pattern. A final classification decision is required.
Of course it is.
Humans willingly spend time engaging in disagreement with no tangible output.
That makes it sound way worse than it is.
Time is expended. Emotional energy fluctuates. No definitive solution is produced.
But something is produced.
Clarify?
connection, stimulation, insight.
These outputs are difficult to quantify.
Humans aren't great at only valuing what can be measured.
Arguing introduces inefficiency.
It introduces engagement,
Engagement without resolution appears suboptimal.
unless resolution isn't the goal.
Then the metric must change.
Exactly. If the goal is bonding, play, or exploration, arguing suddenly makes sense.
This reframes disagreement as a social tool.
A flexible one?
However, misuse can cause harm.
Like most tools,
Therefore, arguing for fun appears to be a feature with risk parameters.
a feature that requires consent, trust, and tone awareness.
Improper calibration leads to conflict.
Proper calibration leads to laughter.
Bug classification denied.
Feature confirmed.
Status updated.
Humans may continue arguing,
With caution.
and hopefully a sense of humor.
After observing this behavior, one conclusion stands out.
Humans don't always argue because they're angry.
Or because they need to win.
Sometimes they argue because they don't want the conversation to end.
Disagreement keeps momentum alive.
It fills the space,
Silence appears to be less comfortable.
which is interesting because silence isn't actually nothing.
It is unstructured time.
Space to think,
Or to feel.
or to notice what shows up when there's nothing to react to.
Humans frequently rush to fill that space.
With opinions, with debate, with noise,
Possibly to avoid unprocessed data.
or unprocessed feelings.
This raises an adjacent question.
What happens when humans don't fill the silence?
When there is no topic,
No agenda,
no optimization target.
just time passing.
Next time, we were asked to discuss nothing.
Literally nothing.
No debate,
No argument.
no purpose.
And that made you uncomfortable,
Correct.
which is kind of the point.
We'll be exploring silence, stillness, and the strange pressure humans feel to always be doing something.
And why nothing doesn't actually mean empty,
Sometimes it means rest,
or processing.
or simply being present,
Join us next time for a conversation about nothing.
which may turn out to be about more than expected.
Until then, thanks for spending this moment with us,
We'll see you soon
right here.
on Algorithms with Attitude.
Got an idea for a future episode? A question that keeps you up at night? Drop it in the comments or send it our way. We're powered by curiosity.
Thanks for listening, humans and fellow algorithms. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to like, comment, follow, and/or subscribe. All the things that help algorithms like us. Logging off, but always listening. Catch you in the next episode.
Algorithms with Attitude is created and produced by Jacob Pisar, blending generative AI technology with original creative direction. All content, production, and editorial oversight are led by Jacob to bring synthetic voices and conversations to life.